All right, get ready for this. The way you and I interact with all our technology is about to go through the biggest change since, I don't know, the smartphone itself. We're going to explore a shift so big, it's poised to make the very idea of an app, that thing you open, click around in, and command, feel completely old-fashioned. We are officially stepping into the age of AI agents.
This quote from Salesforce, it just nails it. This is the whole idea in a nutshell. We're moving away from a world where we have to learn the software's language of buttons and menus. Instead, the software is finally learning to understand our language, our goals. This isn't just a prettier interface, folks. It is a completely different way of getting things done.
Okay, so let's really get into what this means. For decades, we've been the operators. We've had to tell our apps exactly what to do, step by step. Click here, type this, save that. But with AI agents, our job title changes. We become the directors. We just give the intent, the final destination, and the agent figures out the roadmap to get there, all on its own.
And if you're thinking this is some far-off sci-fi future, think again. This is happening right now, and it is moving incredibly fast. Get this. As of mid-2025, a massive 35% of organizations say they've already got AI agents widely adopted. To give you some perspective, that is a faster adoption rate than cloud computing had in its early days. This stuff is hitting the mainstream at lightning speed.
So what is this thing we're actually talking about? We've all used chatbots, right? But an AI agent is a totally different animal. It's not just a souped-up chatbot. So what actually makes an agent an agent? Let's break this down, because the magic words here are interpret goals, plan, and especially adapt. An agent doesn't just run through a pre-written script. It actually understands your objective, it comes up with a strategy, and, here's the most important part, it learns from the result to do better next time. That, right there, is what true autonomy looks like.
This table really drives the point home. Think about it this way. Traditional automation is like following a strict recipe from a cookbook. If you're missing one ingredient, or if the oven temperature is off, the whole thing can fall apart. An AI agent, though, that's like a master chef. It understands the goal, make a delicious dinner, and it can improvise, substitute ingredients, and adapt to whatever it finds in the kitchen.
And this example just perfectly sums it all up. A chatbot gives you a fact. An agent takes that fact and does something with it to help you. One is an information kiosk, the other is a proactive assistant. It's the huge leap from just having insight to actually taking action.
So how in the world do they do it? How do they make that jump from just answering a question to actually completing a complex job? Well, let's pop the hood and take a look at the engine.
This is the engine right here. It's a continuous loop. The agent is constantly observing its digital environment, thinking about what it sees, making a plan, and then acting. But it doesn't stop. It then looks at the results of its action and uses that feedback to make its next move even smarter. This cycle is what lets it handle messy, multi-step problems that would completely stump older forms of automation. And that loop is powered by these three core components. Think of them as the secret sauce. Planning gives it the strategy. Memory gives it the context, so it's not starting from scratch every single time. And tool use is what gives it hands, the ability to actually do things in the world, like use software or browse a website. You put these three together, and you've got yourself an agent.
And it gets even crazier. We're not just talking about single lone wolf agents. The real power comes when you build multi-agent systems. It's like putting together a digital dream team. You could have one agent that's a genius researcher, another that's a brilliant writer, and a third that acts as the project manager, keeping everyone on track. They work together, passing tasks back and forth to solve problems that would be way too big for any one agent.
Now, I know this all might sound like it's years away, but it's really not. This stuff is already out there, being put to work in major industries. So let's look at where these agents are already showing up and making a difference.
I mean, just look at the range here. Sales teams are using them to automatically research prospects. Legal departments have them scanning thousands of contracts for risks. And in customer support, they're not just waiting for you to call with a problem, they're proactively finding and fixing issues before you even know something's wrong.
And then you have something like Devin AI. This is a total game changer. It's an agent that acts as a software engineer. You can give it a goal like fix this bug or build this new feature, and it will go off and write the code, test it, find and fix its own mistakes, and even deploy it. It handles the entire workflow completely on its own. The big players are building this right into the software we use every single day. Salesforce, for example, has Agentforce. It can create this little digital workforce right inside your sales software to qualify leads, update records, basically do all the tedious admin work that no one wants to do, so the humans can focus on selling.
And it's not just for big business either. It's coming to our personal lives. Agents like Multion are designed to be your personal helper on the internet. You can just tell it, hey, book me a flight to San Diego for next Tuesday, and it'll go navigate the airline websites, fill in all the forms, and handle the checkout for you.
Okay, so when a technology this powerful starts to scale this quickly, you have to stop and ask, where is this all going? Because the impact on our jobs, on security, and really on society as a whole, it's going to be massive.
And that brings us to maybe the most important question of all, control. When we start handing over the keys to systems that can think and act for themselves, we need a whole new level of trust and a whole new set of rules. We have to figure out where to draw the line in the sand between helpful autonomy and, well, too much autonomy.
Because with all this new power comes brand new risks. We're seeing wild new threats pop up, like hiding a malicious command inside a normal-looking document. The agent reads it, gets tricked, and suddenly it's doing something it shouldn't. Even scarier is memory poisoning, the idea that someone could secretly plant bad information in an agent's memory, turning it into a kind of digital sleeper agent that could cause problems weeks or even months down the line.
But the end goal here isn't a future of humans versus machines. It's really about collaboration. The vision is for a blended workforce, where these agents take over all the repetitive, data-heavy administrative tasks, and that frees up us, the humans, to focus on the things we're uniquely good at: big picture strategy, creativity, and dealing with complex, nuanced problems.
Which leaves us with one last, kind of mind-bending thought to chew on. As these agents get so good that they can manage their own digital wallets, negotiate contracts, and maybe even invent things on their own, we have to ask a pretty fundamental question. What does it even mean to be a worker in this new world? The answer to that is going to shape everything that comes next.